welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a really fascinating financial ecosystem that's popping up right where political power smashes into Wall Street. It's a wild story about how a brand, a policy agenda, and a public company are all merging to create something the market has, well, never really seen before. Let's get right into it.
Just think about this for a second. What if your political affiliation wasn't just about who you vote for, but what was in your 401k? What if buying American wasn't just a slogan, but a literal investment strategy you could track, tied to one specific political brand? Well, that's not some far-off idea anymore. It is happening right now.
And this is where it gets real. In late December of 2025, these 5 Made in America ETFs, that's exchange-traded funds, hit the New York Stock Exchange. They're built for what they're calling patriotic investors. But these funds, they're really just the front door. What's behind that door is a much, much bigger story.
To really get what's going on, you have to look at the engine driving this whole thing, TrumpMedia and Technology Group, or TMTG. This is where a social media platform starts its journey to becoming something else entirely.
I mean, the scale of the change here is just staggering. TMTG started out as the company behind the Truth social app. Simple enough. Now, it's this sprawling holding company with its hands in fintech, streaming, and even, get this, the frontier science of nuclear fusion. And this wasn't some slow, gradual change. It was a radical, full-speed-ahead pivot.
So, how do you fuel a pivot that massive? Well, you need a serious war chest, and they've got one. By the third quarter of 2025, the company was sitting on $3.1 billion in financial assets. This isn't just pocket change, this is the rocket fuel for their incredibly aggressive expansion. And this timeline just shows you how fast it all happened. In less than 2 years, the company went from going public with about $274 million to being a multi-billion-dollar player. They announced a mega merger into fusion energy, launched their own ETFs, and started looking for land for a power plant. The pace it's just breathtaking.
Okay, so where is all this cash and energy actually going? The company's new identity really stands on 3 pretty distinct and powerful pillars: financial technology, fusion energy, and cryptocurrency. Let's break them down one by one.
First up, fintech. This is where those ETFs we saw a minute ago come into play. The whole strategy is to tap into the massive $13 trillion American retirement market. How? By offering products that line up perfectly with an America First ideology. Each one of these funds is laser-focused on a theme, from defense contractors and energy giants to real estate in politically friendly states.
Now, the second pillar. This is by far the most ambitious one: fusion energy. This quote from the CEO, Devin Nunes, really frames it perfectly. He's basically saying, look, we built uncancelable digital infrastructure for free speech, so what's the next logical step? Building uncancelable physical infrastructure, the very thing that creates energy itself. And this fusion plan, it's not just some dream for the distant future. Through their merger with TAE Technologies, they're already taking real, concrete steps. They're locking down land, making sure they can plug into the grid, and this part is absolutely key. They're prioritizing places with supportive local governments. It creates this powerful loop between their business and the political map.
And pillar number 3? Crypto. TMTG has jumped headfirst into digital assets, but not just as a bet. It's become a core part of their corporate treasury. They're holding Bitcoin and actually using it to generate income, $15.3 million in a single quarter from options. Plus, they've grabbed a huge stake in Kronos tokens, which they're planning to use in a new reward system.
And of course, this crypto strategy feeds right back into their fintech machine. The company is already planning to launch more ETFs, but this time focused on crypto. This proposed crypto blue chip fund just shows how they plan to package the world of digital assets and sell it right back to that same patriotic investor market. It just makes the whole ecosystem deeper.
So we have this powerful corporate engine, right? But what makes this a true ecosystem is how it's all designed to plug directly into national policy. This is where private business and public policy start to look like 2 sides of the same coin.
And that brings us to something called the Trump account. It's a brand new type of savings account for kids, created by a major piece of legislation. And here's the absolute kicker. The law mandates that all the money in these accounts must be invested in ETFs that track American stocks.
The amount of money that could flow from this is just immense. With up to $7,500 a year going in for every child, this policy creates a brand new captive market. It's like a pipeline that could funnel billions of dollars straight into the exact type of America First ETFs that TMTG just happened to launch. So when you put all of these pieces on the board, the corporate strategy, the financial products, and the public policy, you start to see the outline of what could be a totally new model for investing.
And the market? Oh, the market has definitely noticed. Analysts have already started tracking this whole basket of so-called Trump stocks. These are companies in areas like rare earth metals and nuclear energy that stand to directly benefit from the administration's policies. And just look at these 2025 returns. We're talking 500, 600% returns. It just shows you the raw power of aligning a portfolio with policy.
Which leaves us with this one final, massive question. We are literally watching a political identity, a corporate strategy, and a national policy agenda all fused together into a single investable universe. It's a powerful model that completely blurs the old lines. So what does the future of investing even look like when a personal brand becomes its own stock market index?
That's what we've got for you today. To keep digging into the complex forces that are shaping our world of finance and policy, make sure you subscribe to The Explainer on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.